Welcome to yet another interesting episode of 50 Minutes in WACSI. My name is Gideon Ahenkra. This conversation promises to be very insightful and interesting class because we are very excited to have a lady in our midst who has passed through our next generation internship program. But before that, let's say introduce yourself before we delve into the conversation. So welcome to 50 Minutes in WACSI. What's your name? And tell us, my ways are Nicola you. And I want you to want to hear more from you. Please introduce yourself.
Okay, hi, my name is Ijeoma Kalu. I'm Nigerian. I used to be an intern at WACSI, and I'm currently program officer with IJEP Africa in Nigeria.
Of course, I promised you it was going to be an interesting one. I'm sure you've already seen how it's going to be. So, Ijeoma, you're welcome back to us.
Yeah.
So, tell me, how was the journey, participating in the next generation internship program last year?
Okay, so I learned about the next generation internship program at WACSI in 2020, just right after the COVID-19 lockdown happening, and I'd always been very passionate about leadership, like youth leadership. I had served in different capacities in the university, and that was just me coming right out of university. And I saw this program, and I'm like, oh, I should be part of it. This process program that is raising young leaders for Africa to make change in Africa. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to apply for this, and I also applied to the policy right? Because I thought young people have what it takes. Their voices, right? It's gold, right? Voice of young people is gold, and they need to start to speak to policy that advocate for policy changes in Africa. So I said this was going to be a trading dark for me, and I did see that's that. So I applied, and well, long and short of the matter is I got in. I was one of the three next generation interns in 2020, June 2020, and yeah, I think I'm just.
So June 2020, that means that it's been like almost 4 years.
Yes.
After participating in the internship program. But I want to know what are some of the skills you can specifically say that these are the skills that I think I've gained throughout the internship.
Oh, sure. So first thing, so with the policy bracing unit, right, we did a lot of discussions, we did a lot of civil society discussions, right? So I was charged with writing the policy briefs for each of those conversations, right? So I did a lot of writing, while at WACSI, and it was probably the best time of my life because that helped me to build things into perspective, and my writing got really good, especially like policy writing got really good with that experience. And also, of course, there was a lot of transcribing and transcribing the meetings, and yeah, it was one skill that really made sense to me. And of course, apart from that, looking at leadership in a wider scale in the eyes of a young person, WACSI allowed us in that. So
it seems to me like there were a lot of things that's related. You cannot even lay eyes on some of them.
Yeah.
But what is important is that you've been able to come on successfully and well-boarded.
Yeah.
But let me find out how the journey has been so far after the internship program. So tell us, people are very eager. They want to know how far, we're in Nigeria, so how is it going?
Yeah, sure. Of course, as I said, I've always been very enthusiastic about leadership and making change for human capital development. So after WACSI, in fact, my current job is as a result of the network that I built at WACSI, to be honest. So there was an extension part of the program where we had to find an organization doing the type of thing that we want to do. So I had found IJEP Africa, and I said, oh, this is going to do something in youth leadership development, and I really want to be doing that. So I asked my liabilities head at the time to get me an introduction with IJEP Africa, and that happened. And I did an externship in November 2020 with IJEP Africa.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. And then after that, of course, my skills seemed to be very useful, and I was called back in 2022, to resume at IJEP Africa. So yeah. I'm doing what I love, and I'm still in that space, and I want to say that WACSI was very instrumental in getting me there.
I know there was 2022, right? But I still want to say congratulations, how you scored past doing that. But let me find out some of the things, your time at WACSI, and Can you recall some of the people that you worked with?
Oh, of course, of course. So I have my team at Amara Wanulum just she got excellent person. And I also had John Frindra. John Frindra has always been like a support. Even after WACSI, he still checks in with me, and I really like that. I also remember Mr. Charles.
Oh,
Yeah. So I mean, said it would be, updates that I can send in the States, and I really appreciate that. I've met him, and I totally so. And I think, I remember Jim.
oh, Jim.
Yeah, but I remember Jim, very funny. Yeah, and I remember Jim, and I really recall the interview, right? Getting me to join the station. Yeah, when that probably there was an interview. It was a very safe one, but yeah, and these people were, if you like mentioned, were online interviewing me. And I thought, it will sound very serious. I want to work with them. But then again, I'm like, I'm afraid. Yeah, well, yes. These are some of the people that I remember. Yeah.
So, I mean, for those of us who already know what is spaceship at WACSI, when it comes to the Native Nation Internship program, so the spaceship is usually a time that we allow our interns to go to another organization to experience how work is also done over there. So we believe that the skills that they've gathered for the short period of time that they've been here, they will go out there to transfer these skills into making the organization better and achieving their mandate. And so let me come back to you in terms of organizational culture. How was the situation like trying to fit into the WACSI environment? Anything you want to say about that?
So I want first of all develop the team at WACSI, because again I must note that I was fully virtual, right, for the entire internship because of, the COVID-19 pandemic. And I didn't seem to miss much because the team kept me abreast of things going on. We're at the office now, this time is going, we're basically here. And everyone looked out for me. When I'm not doing according to expectations, seemed called me together, like, you need to think you can do this, or you need to up your game here. And I liked that. I like the encouragement, the communication. There's open communication at WACSI. Therefore, I would say nobody keeps anything to themselves. Everybody communicates. If they're happy with they communicate. They think they should do better, they communicate. And I think that's one of the...
That is really a very inspiring one. I'm sure you've been wondering when next are we going to allow people to apply for an Nation Internship program. But before you can get that, you will have to stay tuned to our social media platforms, our website, www.waxi.org, and across all the various social media platforms. But we have just two questions. But and the first one will be, I want you to just tell us what has been some of the key action plans after the internship program. Personally, your society, what changed towards to society? I mean, your organization, what significance that you really are on to say this is something I've achieved and was inspired through some of the skills that we got from WACSI.
Okay. So one skill that I see that I picked up from WACSI was project management, right? And I was internally used that in my current role. We have this so WACSI has a different environment for civil society. I think the same thing we can say something in the space, to promote the voices of the people, right? So I currently support this program called the Leadership Development Program at NGIP Africa, where we are raising young people to think international issues, speak to policy issues in the community and things that affect the other people and the country as a whole. And we've been doing that for 2 years. And I think that has been very, that's touched people's lives, and then they people to realize that, I'm not just a dumb person. I have a voice, I have strength, and I have things that I can do to make my community, to make my country better. So, and of course, using project management skills, and people just using the leadership skills that I've learned here, and I also, promote in my own organization, to get people to do things that will build the society forward. So I think that's an achievement for me, and just seeing people who are working to their responsibility as citizens in their countries, in Nigeria, or even as Africans. I also support a program for teenagers, a leadership program for teenagers. That has been running even before me, but I've supported that program for 2 years. I was also getting teenagers to see that I'm an individual, right? And I had a voice of my own, and I have to start to make thoughts for myself in identifying values, shaping your values, and shaping your opinions for your life. So, yeah, those are some of the things that I worked on, and I think that I'm happy to see individuals come out singing from and better people for their society.
And really, I also truly help to see our past interns excel in their various endeavors. I mean, people would love to know, do you have any word of inspiration for younger people, like outside this way we made,
Okay, so in my motivation that I sent during WACSI, I said something. Leaders are made, they're not born, right? There's nobody whose role is to be a leader. Oh, the leadership is for some people. Everyone can be leader. You just have to get the right formation, the right training for it. So you need to push yourself in places where you are trained to be a leader, right? Or train, put yourself in a place, put yourself forward, right? Put yourself forward all the time. Whether it can be a woman or a man or a young person into the same 20, you can take take. So you need to put yourself out there all the time. And I think I'm just going to speak to people who might see the next generation internship program in a way it was like, please apply and please make sure that you're coming forth with your skills. Some of the skills that you don't do actually matter for the work that is up before us, which is to make Africa great. Your communication skills are wonderful. Your organizational skills are wonderful. You're the first child in your family. Please come forward. Or you're the last child. Please come forward. And you have a role to play in making Africa great again.
We are wrapping up, but someone is asking us to ask this question so we can wrap up. And this question will be in terms of, we'll be looking forward to see partners come on board to support the Generation Internship Program, a program that you can say really benefited people. Maybe you have a message to tell people, organizations that are interested in supporting such important initiatives. Only a message for that.
Again, I would say we have a resource in Africa. It's young people, and we need to support them to be the leaders that we want to see in Africa. We want to see Africa become the Africa that we want. So please support WACSI in any way that you can to ensure that these leaders are formed. Right, like WACSI is doing a great job. Testament to that fact. Please support the next century internship or any other endeavors that WACSI gets into, because they're doing a great job to make sure that the boys still going ahead and we are formed to the better leaders of society.
We are talking to Ijeoma, who happens to be one of the past interns that WACSI has had, and really quite an inspiring journey delving into her life after the internship program. You have been wondering, how can I apply? Like I mentioned earlier, you can just go to our platform, simply to it, and be engaged in our online activities on our website so we can be updated anytime we make a post regarding that. And so until next time we come your way, they say have a very fantastic day. Thank you.